Has your Jimmy Neutron's hot mom exploded another gearbox on her arm? Well, this is how to fix it. Don't be overwhelmed. We'll get through this together. We got this. We got this. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take out these two rear axle bolts. And by take them out, I mean you just need to back them out of the UHMW wall to the wheel. Once you can kind of slide them in and out independently, then you're good to go. One thing though, you're going to leave this one slightly in the UHMW because we're going to have to flip this bot over. Okay, once you've got these axle bolts to the point where you can move one of them and the other one's still slightly in the wall, you're going to flip the bot over like so. And all you need is to take out these 4 3/8 bolts. For that, I use a, what is this, 9/16. You're going to pull them all out. Now, the long ones come from the front. The short ones come from the back. Remember that. So now you've got your 4 bolts from the bottom out. You're going to make sure that both axles can be removed now. Don't remove them all, just enough. See, you can move it in and out. That's good. Now, this kind of is a 2-person job here. You got to slide this back slightly and disconnect both the sensor wire and the MT60 or whatever connector for the motor. So you're going to have to bring this back, tip it up, have somebody disconnect those 2 wires, and then you're good to remove this thing entirely and put it to the side. So here you can see those wires you need to disconnect. I'm just tilting this thing back right now, and you're just going to have to pull those 2 wires and then you're good. Do not pinch these wires. These wires like to fall underneath the entire unit. Do not pinch these wires when you put it on the table. Just make sure it sits flush. Make sure it's not sitting on the wire when you put it down. So congrats, you've got this off. If you've gotten this far and you're trying to replace the gearbox, I appreciate you immensely. All you're gonna have to do, pull off these 2 screws, these 4 screws, and pull out the axle. Just take off 2 of these and that's it. One extremely thing to note is extremely important things to note is there is one of these large washers on either side. So when you're putting this axle back in, make sure it goes washer, arm, washer, wall. That's it. Congrats, you've got the sidewall off. By the way, the entire time you're doing this, make sure not to pinch this wire. Please, please, please. It wants to be pinched. It's not great. Please be careful about that. So here's the deal. To replace the gearbox, I've purchased a gearbox off of somebody. You're going to have to slap this bad boy on it. It worked once before. It'll work again. All you got to do to swap this thing, pull these, and pull these. Note the spacer for the gearbox here. And note the order, bearing, spacer, gear, spacer. That's all. Oh, and then this bearing just straight into there. And there's your 2 washers. Congrats! We're going to assume that you have swapped on your motor and moved the gearbox over and put all of these screws back in, along with the bearing, spacer, gear, spacer. Now the smart way to put this thing back together, you kind of got to line the arm up, line them up with the gears, throw the shaft in from this side, and then just press this up. Don't forget the washers, 1 side each. Just double check that the gears are nice and in line with each other there. Then you can put your screws back in here, up top, throw your shaft back in, put your shaft collar back on, and we'll go reattaching to the chassis. Last thing I'll say, note that the wider side is on the right. Okay, last thing when putting your weapon back together, just make sure you do not pinch these wires. Do not pinch these wires, and you're going to have to plug these back in. And this back into there. That's all. This is a note for the weapon, post-assembly. Make sure you don't clamp these down too far. You're going to need to check the resistance in the wheels. Make sure that they turn okay. You pinch these too much, it can cause too much drag on the wheel, and that is bad. So just do a wheel check, lift them, rotate them, make sure that they have about the same amount of tension on them. You're good to go.